Donald Trump's name appears, quote, more than a million times.
A million times? There's not even that many references to Hamlet in the play Hamlet.
I have a simple suggestion. If you don't want to be called a fascist regime or secret police, then stop acting like one.
Who is Aloka, the dog of peace?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trail Mix, where the nuts might be a little stale, but the company is always fresh.
Craig Crawford here, retired journalist working for nothing but the truth and Social Security checks. And we got our friend Katie in the house. There she is from Minnesota. And we got Pam Bondi on the Hill testifying.
Epstein survivors are there.
Are they really in the?
Yep.
Are they in the background or something?
Yep.
Oh wow! I was about to go over to
I just saw a blurb about it.
Let's see, they got it over on C-SPAN 2 for anybody that wants to watch at home, but we're going to put it on right here on our C-SPAN, our little magic screen.
I want them to just nail her to the wall.
Look into anything.
There she
Documents
is.
have been released, 3 million. The redacted versions, we left them open for all of you to come view. Have you? I believe you view them. If not, will you have some?
Oh yeah, they're so transparent.
Can I finish, please? I'm not being rude. Please.
I only have 5 minutes.
No, yeah, and I only have 30
see,
seconds.
this is the tactic. This is the tactic.
Give a yes or no answer.
All of them use the same thing.
Further.
Well, if you interrupt, if in your answer you just filibuster and you don't let the Democrat continue asking questions like she's just now doing, then the Democrat never gets to ask hardly anything. And that's the strategy here. Is since the Democrats don't control the House, they only get 5 minutes. So what Bondi's doing here is she's filibustering and trying to prevent the Democrat from asking questions.
That's what Kash Patel did too.
Oh, they all do. All these Trumpers do it. And all administrations have done it to some degree. Because I've watched this technique, for many, 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 many years. And but this crowd does it more than ever.
I think the transparency argument is really kind of a sham because it's not really.
Whoa! Did you have to wait to get?
It is not possible to
Hang on.
to really go in. I did, however, see a U.S. attorney information for the Southern District of New York indicating that there were additional survivors and probable co-conspirators. Other members of Congress have uncovered likely co-conspirators whose names were blocked out. Now, the Epstein File Transparency Act, which all but one member of this House,
Jamie,
President signed, requires the
we're doing Mystery Science Theater.
Everything except that
we got live Pam Bondi testimony
or an ongoing.
This is Zoe.
Which apparently there is none from
Zoe.
the testimony we have received. I am concerned that this act has not been fully complied with. When Director Patel came to the committee, he admitted that up to 1,000 FBI agents had gone through the files and redacted President Trump's name from them. And it's pretty clear that what has been transmitted from the FBI continues to redact President Trump's name, even though he is mentioned, thousands of times.
A million times.
So I think the credibility of the department
Raskin did a word search of the word Trump in the redacted files they let him look at yesterday. And he says
has been damaged
there are a
in
million references.
I think we all saw the horrible video of American citizens being
just like this.
$1 million.
So anyway, Pam Bondi.
Oh, there's Opal.
Oh, there's Opal. Hey, Opal, I got something for you. I've been waiting for you to come back. We missed you. I think we missed you yesterday, didn't we? Here we go. Look at there. Opal is our #1 fan. I have no idea what that means, but YouTube put that on there, and that gets you a full volume round of applause. I don't know if anybody knows what that means to be it means that no. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing, Opal. It means a lot to us, even though we don't understand it. We already got something for you, somebody for you to go after here, Opal. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Go get them.
The way we got to stay tight was a man named Kennedy who said we were going to do it, so we did.
Whew. Man, you know, when you talk about kids there, delete tyranny, when you talk about kids, do you really think Donald Trump is a role model for children in this country? That's something that's always bugged me, going all the way back to 2015 when he talked about grabbing women like he grabs them, and everything else that he said and done and everything. I mean, I don't understand, and all the lying and the hypocrisy and I mean, I don't understand how people can deal with having him as a
I think we've got a bot. Anytime they go on without any kind of facts, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, well.
Really? That's not.
Oh, that's
cool,
great,
dude.
That's yeah. I put this up there, Tyranny, just so people can see who you are. Just like what's her name, Maya Angelou always said, if they tell you who they are, believe them. Well, I believe you, Tyranny. That's who you are. Yeah, that's a repeat of what he posted earlier. So he might be a bot. All right, we'll give you a little opportunity here to prove you're not a bot there, Delete, before we ban you and get out our banning tools. We'll get our banning tools.
Ban hammer.
Yeah.
We don't demand agreement, but we do demand courtesy.
Airspace being shut down over El Paso for 10 hours. What the heck was that?
They were trying to get into that with Bondi a little bit, and she wouldn't answer the questions a little earlier here. I have no idea what that's all about. I hope somebody
supposedly Mexican drones.
Yeah, they said Mexican drones, but you know what I think it was? I think it was a test to see if people scrambled. Is what I think it was.
Oh, the same way Putin tests tests Europe.
Yep.
Tests NATO countries. He flies those drones over there. Yep. He does that before every invasion. He did it in Georgia. He did it in Syria. He sends drones over their airspace to test their reaction and measure their air defenses. Yeah, you're right. That could be what it is.
So what is Bondi lying about today?
Everything.
Well, she's not answering questions. If there's anything, I actually haven't listened to much detail. We could actually dip in for
so many times. But here's another instance of what they did to a small town.
Katie,
well, I was going to say, I know lawyers lie for a living sometimes, right? I know that. But when she's making a career out of it, lying and covering up all this stuff for a man who will literally dump her to the wolves, he's going to throw her under the bus eventually. We know this is going to happen.
I mean, it came real close right in the beginning when she screwed up the release Epstein files and said they were on her desk and she was going to release them, and then she called in all the right-wing influencers to the White House to
and gave them an empty binder.
These binders that were going to be the Epstein files, and then they discovered it was the same thing they'd already known. It was nothing. It wasn't. It was a big lie that she was just scamming them, and Megyn Kelly went berserk.
Megyn Kelly
demanding Bondi's resignation.
Megyn Kelly can jump off a bridge.
And but I watch those people because I watch for things like that when there's a split, and they've been wanting to blame the whole Epstein thing on Bondi from day one, but that kind of got out. Trump stood by her, And
federal law enforcement.
But I think that was the moment.
Because of industrial scale
I think the moment's lost when he can just fire her to make this stuff go away. I don't think that's going to work.
It's not going to work.
Fraud that's going on in Minnesota at this point. I sent a letter.
Yeah,
I just heard him. I just heard Minnesota come up. This guy brought up
the border
Minnesota.
there. My district is only 20 miles
he's
from the city
Wisconsin,
of Minneapolis.
So
and I asked him to open the books for a federal audit on food stamps and Medicaid. Don't you think it would be a good idea
this guy. This is a Republican. He's trying to change the subject to Medicare fraud in Minnesota.
Yeah, which has already been handled.
Instead of, oh man, these people are so transparent.
Delete tyranny. You don't need to call names. You're getting really
one more chance and you're out. Delete calling people.
Clean up the language.
Not what we clean up the language. I mean, you can call us something, whatever, but come on. I mean, people
it's
don't
not
talk, right? You talk like that to your family.
Yeah.
That's the standard. Talk to us like you talk to your family.
And also, I don't like you using the R word. For your information, that is a very derogatory word that our president somehow decides that it's going to be used again. No, not going to take that. I hope you have the day you deserve. Okay, buddy? Because literally going after people that are just speaking their opinion. What if you were speaking your opinion and we came into your stream and went off on you? Good. Get out. Bye.
Opal's earning his new title, #1 fan.
Learn math. We're not even talking math. Wow.
I'm about done with delete. Hey, Jack, we'll get Jack on.
There's Jack.
We got somebody for you to run off.
Yay.
Here, Jack. Run this fella off. Hey, Jack.
And I'm supposed to thump on whose head?
Delete tyranny.
Delete tyranny here. We're about to ban him, but you came in. I thought I'd give you a chance to thump him.
Yes, Opal, you're right. He is triggered. He's probably crashing out. Is what's happening. It's too much leftist stuff in his face, and he can't handle it.
Move the comments away from Jack's face. There we go.
Yeah, you can be over mine. I'm not there really.
I was trying to see what that is on the. What is that on the wall behind you there, Jack? It looks interesting.
It is a mask. I'm not
thought
sure.
It might be.
I
Something.
think it's probably from Mexico.
Oh.
It's cool looking.
Oh, probably Opal. Yeah.
What looks like a nose on it is a little bit like a snake.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Closer.
Oh, here's a good Democrat. He'll get things back on track.
Texas and California found that undocumented immigrants were less than half as likely as U.S.-born Americans to be arrested for homicide. And this pattern holds for assault, sexual assault, robbery, burglary, theft, and arson. Half as likely to be arrested for drug offenses. So I ask you, and I've written to you about this, there are TV ads that run that say to local law enforcement, specifically, are you tired of being having your hands handcuffed?
You'll attack
you can't do the things you wanted to do when you joined. If you want to do something different, join ICE, and you'll get a $50,000 bonus, and we'll pay your
which is not happening.
Debts, student debts, and we'll help you with pensions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they're encouraging local law enforcement to leave local law enforcement and go to work for ICE. We need people working in the front lines and local law enforcement to protect our citizens from the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst are not the immigrants. The worst of the worst records show are native-born Americans, and they are
white men
hurt our citizens and our cities. And you're working against it, and thank you for that. But by trying to get our local law enforcement, where we have an undercount of officers in Memphis, to leave Memphis and go to work for ICE to
she's
deport
just shuffling her papers like no big deal.
Why are we trying to get people, policemen who are working on the front lines, to leave the front lines?
They just planned these
go to work for ICE,
responses. And she's going to attack him for his contributions or something.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, here she comes.
Yet seen that
It's a
commercial, that ad.
congressional hearing.
I would argue that we need strong people in both local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and all of our federal agencies working together. I've seen some of the worst of the worst violent criminals who were in this country illegally. We both know that. And in Memphis, working hand in hand.
Hold on. Gonna do a little search.
And what you discussed, because there have been nearly 6,000 arrests as of February 8th. And I think you agree with this, in your district.
I don't think we
and
get
almost
the worst
600 gang members.
No.
But
Well, you made a good. I've always remembered a line of yours, Jack, when we were talking about. That was when they went into Chicago and they just SWAT teamed that entire apartment building, and you said the difference between them and Obama's approach was Obama went after the apartment. They go after the whole apartment building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 40 years, in 2024, July of 2024, in 40 years, there were 13,099 non-citizens with criminal histories of homicide recorded.
Yeah.
For over 40 years. 40. Not 40.
And she just said there were 6,000 in his district alone.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Well, the other thing she was doing there, they always do, is they talk about their number of arrests. They did this in DC.
Yeah.
Is they just talk about the number of arrests. They don't talk about how many of those they have to let go because the charges don't stick, or the grand jury doesn't agree, or the judge throws it out.
And that's the thing.
That's the thing.
There's lots of investigations that get thrown out because of missing evidence or testimony seems to be falsified.
At twice the rate of
right.
the past, at twice the rate, their arrests get thrown out.
Exactly, Opal. How many young girls are buried in the Epstein Ranch in New Mexico? That's what I want to know. Why don't we have like excavators going to that area right now, or digging up Trump's golf courses in California where some of them are buried?
Well, and how about this one? I like that. This was a good meme.
Yes, it's great. But it does say ICE criminal arrests in 2023. So during Biden, ICE enforcement removed 1,713 individuals with charges or convictions for homicide. In Texas alone, they removed 472.
I will say this much: if
it's to where the criminals are,
if it is a criminal, illegal, the Kansas City Police Department, if it's one that's a real problem, they'll call the feds. They'll call the feds on anything. If they can get the feds to take over the prosecution or something.
Yeah.
We had this damn idiot kid on our block who was gangbanging, and they were shooting his house up. So we were having drive-bys. And he got caught with a gun. Then he got charged with that, and he was out on bail. And he got caught with a gun again, and that was a federal charge. And they just called the feds in, and the feds hauled him off.
But now they don't want to deal with the feds. I guess.
Well, I have no idea. What I'm saying is when they say in Kansas City, as by their definition of sanctuary, a sanctuary city, in that they didn't work with the ICE. But when they have a problem person they want to get rid of, they have no trouble calling the feds and say, come and get them.
Right. In Minnesota, we have them serve their term and then we turn them over to ICE. And we've turned over every single one to ICE. So there's no one to turn over anymore. That's why it's like now they're just grabbing anybody who looks different or talks different, or is Somali or whatever. They're just grabbing whoever now.
Now, Winterlin from Germany, he's on top of this. I dug into literally dug into the Scotland story one time, and that's where his obsession. You're on top of it, Winter. I see that. That's where his obsession with wind turbines comes from. Is he got in a huge fight with Scotland over wind turbines that they weren't even on his property or not even that close to his golf course, but you could see them from his golf course. And he fought, I don't remember how that turned out, but he had a rip-roaring battle with Scotland.
He didn't get to do it.
He did not get to. They went ahead with him. I figured they.
They got wind turbines.
Yeah. But that is ever since he's been obsessed with those things.
Mm-hmm. And supposedly Minnesota will be out, or ICE will be out of Minnesota, hopefully by the end of next week, is my hope. Knock on wood. But Walz said yesterday that he had spoke to Susie Wiles and Tom Homan, and that he expects Tom Homan to make an announcement sometime this week about removal of ICE from Minnesota.
Just get out altogether.
I think the whole state is probably going to take a very long nap after that happens.
Yeah. Well, get back. You brought up sanctuary cities, Jack. I mean, I really am wanting to understand better, because it matters right now. This Senate debate, we got 2 days to fix ICE, if it can be in the Senate, and if not, we got to wait for the midterms. But I mean, we got 2 days of legislative rigmarole as Democrats try to work out some way to get some of these 10 reforms they want in ICE done, or threaten to defund DHS. I don't know how it comes out, but anyway, I'm just saying. And what Republicans are trying to do right now in this debate is change the subject to sanctuary cities. I've seen them try this before, and they're doing it now. They don't want to talk about ICE and all the excesses and the reforms, like, banning masks and other things that Democrats want to do. They want to talk about so they're trying to make a deal that Democrats would sign on to abolishing sanctuary cities in exchange for a deal on ICE. That's the current debate right now. But the sanctuary cities, I mean, do you know, Jack, do you all know what are they exactly? I mean, they seem misnamed to me.
Basically, it is a jurisdiction that limits its cooperation with federal immigration enforcement to protect undocumented immigrants. This is something that was coined by the Republicans. And it's basically democratic cities that have immigrants in them, essentially.
It's based on the old concept that someone accused of a crime, it didn't matter what a crime was, could seek sanctuary at a church for like 40 days. And while they were there, every attempt would be made to clear them of the charges. So a sanctuary city is one that says, hold it. We don't know for sure this person is violent and he's useful. Let us check it out before we give them to you.
Exactly. And the misconception is that they do not protect, that sanctuary cities do not protect individuals from, they don't protect them from federal immigration enforcement or actions or grants of immunity from deportation. They only limit local police involvement. That's the misconception.
And they insist on due process.
Yes. And the examples of that are like Portland, Oregon. That is a sanctuary city. And they said there's also jurisdictions in California, Colorado, Illinois, Washington, and Minnesota. All Democratic states.
So what would be wrong with that deal? What if Democrats took that deal to ban sanctuary cities in exchange for some major reforms to ICE? Is that worth that deal? Because that's what they're talking about.
It would depend on the reforms. Right, most of them aren't worth a hill of beans. They'd rather have the issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It depends on what you call a sanctuary city.
Right.
If it requires the police to actively become part of ICE, then no, it doesn't work, because your local police department needs to be able to keep public order. If you have a neighborhood such as the one I lived in, where we were 50% Hispanic, we had a significant number of people who were undocumented. And if you're undocumented and you can't call the police, then all of a sudden my whole neighborhood becomes less safe.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's where, when I think it was probably Trump's first term, the police went out of their way to say, no, we are not. You can call us. We will not turn you over to immigration.
Mm-hmm.
And the police chiefs in Minnesota that did that press conference a week or so ago, they really stressed that point as one of the problems that they see, that the ICE presence in Minnesota, they were saying, is increasing crime, because they are losing their connection to the communities for what just what you're saying, is because people are afraid to call them and tip them off about criminals or potential criminal behavior. That they aren't getting the information out of the community because those people are afraid to call them, because they're afraid ICE will come get them, and so they were saying that as a result of that, they're seeing crime increase because they're losing that communication that they have with those communities.
Well, and I'll say this, after George Floyd happened, well, actually, St. Paul police shot and killed people. So did Minneapolis police murdered people too. Sorry, not sorry. I'm saying it. They have spent years rebuilding both departments and working to build the trust of the community over the last 5-6 years since George Floyd, because nobody trusted anybody in those cities. And frankly, we had some very sketchy people that were on the Minneapolis police force. I'm just saying. Anyway, they've built this trust up within the community to help people. And now that trust was being broken because it's other law enforcement agencies like ICE. I'm going to say it's Minneapolis Highway Patrol people too, that are the ones that are trying to break up their protests, which they legally can do, and arresting people that they're not doing anything wrong. The other day, I saw a video of a man that was being pulled across the street by his arm by an ICE agent to take him in. And they got him, protesters threw him off guard, and he dropped the guy's arm, and they pulled him to safety and got him out of there. I mean, things like that are happening now.
Now, Milagros Diaz, I'm curious where you're headed with this. Milagros, welcome to our chat. I don't believe I've seen you before, but tell us where you're from, where you are. They don't have to call ICE, take a call the cops. Flesh out that point, because I kind of be curious where you're going with that. All right.
No, they have to feel that they are safe calling the police, that they won't be turned over. But basically, the old Rampart Street police in Los Angeles were the cause of the Watts riots. So yes,
police. The overreaction, you mean, of the
well, yeah, they used to just hassle people on the street just to have their numbers. Some guy who was basically a mail carrier would get bounced up against the wall 3 times a week. That sort of thing. So when I was living in Northern California after getting married and Watts broke out, my first comment was, it should have happened a long time ago. I was surprised it took them that long to get that angry.
the great one, reform, no amnesty. I don't think we have amnesty. Do we have amnesty? I don't know.
Well,
Oh, Milagros. Okay, she got it here. I hope I'm saying that somewhere close to correctly.
Milagro.
Anyway, Milagro. Exactly.
They
should be able to call the police because they don't feel safe calling the police, and neighbors are calling ICE. So so some neighbors call ICE. Ooh, is that happening? Oh, that wouldn't be good.
I assume you can.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So then you got some neighbors who want them out of the neighborhood, and so they call ICE. Is that what you're saying, Milagros? Ooh, hadn't thought about that. That's scary.
When you have neighbor against neighbor. Are we going to talk about our peace marchers?
You betcha. I want to. I really want to, because I got so into it yesterday in such a big way. And I'm really into the dog. I noticed you picked up on the dog. And,
I love the dog.
For anybody who doesn't know, the monks, 19 of them marched 2,300 miles from Fort Worth, Texas. They started in late October. They got here yesterday to Washington, and it was a spectacle. And at least in my mind, and a lot of other people, anybody who was there thought it was a spectacle. And it was spectacular. I mean, and mainly because they're just so quiet and peaceful, and they just walk and they gave some little talks here and there, and they had a dog that was just so cool, and it was just.
They went to the National Cathedral, and the dog got his belly rubbed by.
Yeah.
The head of the cathedral.
Yeah, but here's a little piece on the dog here. Well, I see. I did one that's for. I'm saving some stuff because Monday I gotta go to the doctor, so I'm going to do an all recorded show on Monday. But here's a little piece I did on the dog. We'll get that ponied up if I can. And once again, I gotta go remove this from the thing, and I gotta go get the dog. Here's the dog. All right. And I gotta put his volume up.
As the monks walked for peace across America, an unofficial mascot, Aloka, has become a fan favorite along the route, and his journey is just as inspiring.
So we found him in India when we walked 112 days in India. We found him, and he followed us the whole time. He's a hero, true hero in India. And even though he falls sick and he got hit by a car, almost died, but he still stand up and walk. Even though he very ill, very sick, and I put him in the car, he refused to. He jumped off and then walk. So that inspires a lot. He's very, very, very friendly and very nice dog. And every monk, every one of us love him so much because he inspires us a lot.
He has the heart on his forehead.
Yeah, they saw that as a symbol. They found him as a stray in India. I guess I just said that, but they did a walk in India where he just showed up as a stray. And he's been with them ever since. They're based in Texas, these monks. And the dog yesterday, as they were walking down, because the dog recovered from the surgery in North Carolina, and then rejoined them. And the dog, when people saw the dog, they just went crazy. I mean, it was so cool. I mean, people knew the dog. The dog's got like 1 million followers on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, they went to National Cathedral yesterday. Well, this was right after his surgery.
Oh,
look at there. That was right after his surgery, and he couldn't walk for a day or two. And so they just held him like that.
They were all yellow. came along, I wrote a song for you, and all the things you do. And it was called Yellow.
Uh-oh. Your comment got hidden? What?
Huh?
He said his comment got hidden.
What a thing to have done.
No, he didn't. There
It wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
It was all
Now,
yellow.
when weird stuff happens, folks, it's because I've only been doing this for a month, and I pushed a lot of wrong buttons.
The dog of peace?
Oh, here's a little history.
Aloka's story didn't start in the United States. He's an Indian pariah dog, a native landrace breed from India, and he was originally a stray. In 2022, he began following a group of Buddhist monks during a peace pilgrimage across India and Nepal. He wasn't adopted at first, he simply followed them. Even after being injured and later falling ill, Aloka refused to leave the monks' side. Eventually they adopted him, and that journey brought him to the United States. Today, Aloka is part of a 110-day Walk for Peace that began on October 26, 2025, in Fort Worth, Texas, and is scheduled to end in Washington, D.C. The monks don't call him a mascot. They describe him as a fellow pilgrim. He's also known for the heart-shaped white marking on his forehead, which many supporters see as a symbol of the mission. Along the way, Aloka's story has reached a massive audience.
Aloka. I love
with
that
more
name.
than 277,000 followers on Instagram and over 668,000 on Facebook. Because of a leg injury, Aloka underwent surgery on Monday, January 12th in Charleston. The surgery was successful. Today, Thursday, January 15th, Aloka is arriving in Charlotte for a special reunion, riding in the support vehicle as he recovers. And by this evening, the group expects to reach the ZMAX Dragway area as they continue north. A dog who started as a stray is now part of a global journey for peace.
Aloka.
Yeah.
Aloka.
But I love the belly rub in the National Cathedral. It was just so pretty.
Yeah. I tell you, the video that I made yesterday, it got quite a lot of views. I didn't really do a lot. I just popped it on there, and I think these monks. I mean, what's happened is the national media has not paid much attention to the monks, but the internet has obsessed on them. It's one of those deals.
On the comment about their own little syndicate, that was one thing I forgot to mention. So Bloomington, Minnesota police arrested people in a sex trafficking ring. And one of those people happened to be an ICE agent who is in charge of doing background checks on ICE agents to get them hired.
Oh, wonderful.
Isn't that lovely?
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Huh.
Forgot to share that. It was kind of like, oh, look at that. Look at that. That's part of the reason why they don't want masks. They want masks is because so many of these people have criminal records and they hired them anyway. Yep.
Yeah,
I can find the article.
There's the numbers on the
redacted in time.
This is the numbers on this just since last night. 1.3 thousand views for my monk video from yesterday. I'll play it here.
Surrounded by a lot of negative news and a lot of hurt that's going on. And I think this gives us an opportunity to focus on something positive. Wow. So between the monks and the Olympics, I think we're in good shape.
We walk.
Now this is the head monk here.
Bring any attention to
He's so
us.
unassuming.
But we just hope that we raise awareness of peace to all the people who will meet along the road.
We're just surrounded by a lot of negative news and a lot of hurt that's going on. And I think this gives us an opportunity to focus on something positive. Wow. So between the monks and the Olympics, I think we're in good shape.
We walk.
Between the monks and the Olympics, we're in good shape. I like that, lady. But yeah, that's the video I made yesterday from it, and that's the one that got over 1,000 views.
Nice.
I wonder if Congress is going to be successful in just getting all of the Epstein material released?
I think eventually they do. I don't know how long it takes.
So one political commentator said members are not doing enough to push Bondi on the Epstein files, and the other one said Bondi's being humiliated. So I don't know. I just don't know. The link I sent you, by the way, Craig, is the one about the ICE agent being arrested in the sex trafficking ring. If anybody wanted to see it. If anybody wanted to see it.
Somebody posted that yesterday on the blog.
Oh, okay. It wasn't me.
With the guy holding up his picture.
Yep.
And said was it a sex ring or was it a sting where he was soliciting a prostitute?
No, it was a sex trafficking ring. 30 people they arrested.
There it is. Bloomington police arrested, including one federal employee.
A sting operation. No, he was a soliciting.
Oh, he was? Okay.
I mean,
because
they say human trafficking sting operation, but that's what they mean, really. Or that's what in my experience when I dig into it.
Yep. Milagro, they dropped the age requirement for ICE agents from 21 to 18. They dropped the requirement for college degrees. You're right. They probably stopped drug tests too. And they cut the training from 8 weeks
to 47 days.
47 days. So I mean, we're getting the cream of the crop out there in our 10,000 new ICE agents. They're spending $30 billion more than more than what we spend on subsidies for Obamacare premium subsidies on ICE agents. We're spending more on ICE agents than what we spend to subsidize Obamacare health insurance premiums. Good God.
Well, it's an attractive way to get into the federal workforce where you can transfer into a decent agency once you get your probation done.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I've been trying to remember to play in the background. I got I made a little jazz loop here of copyright-free jazz music to play in the background.
Oh, yeah. And of course, DHS will shut down and lose funding Friday if the Dems don't cave. So let's pray that they don't cave.
See, this is good for lulls. Have a little background when we have a lull. Whenever we used to say, did y'all have this saying in your bag? I don't know what it comes from, but when there'd be a lull in conversations, somebody'd say, "Oh, it must be 20 till."
Pam Bondi refused to apologize to Epstein survivors.
Oh,
yeah.
We're back on. Let's see.
We might. Well, it was 50 minutes ago that she did it.
Whoever this guy is, he's been talking a long time.
Yeah.
Of course, he must be a Republican.
He is a Republican.
See what
the local enforcement is forced by the politicians, not their fault, not to do their job and not cooperate. Why does it create the situations that we see where we have the need for crowd control? By the way, they're not peaceful. Those are not peaceful protesters. We know what a peaceful protester is. When you spit on law enforcement, when you push them, when you hit them, when you beat their cars, if you can answer the question, thank you.
It's time's expired. Answer the question.
Thank you. Yes, I spent 4 days myself in Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
4 days?
About some of
these
cities, some of these Democratic cities, law enforcement, they quietly want to work with us. I've spoken to law enforcement.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes.
Multiple cities who want to work with us.
Yes,
we're going to do everything
citing
we
something
can
private that
to
she
keep
can't
our
prove.
citizens
Doesn't have to
safe.
prove.
whether or not these
Well,
Democrat-controlled
You
sanctuary
gotta
cities.
understand, Minneapolis has
Damn
idiot
it, that's what
police
really
officers.
matters. I yield back.
Mr. Chair, I have a UC.
Ms. Crockett from Texas is recognized for UC.
Thank you so much. Donald Trump.
Go Crockett.
Oh, is this Crockett?
Issue. This is from Newsweek today. It says 40% of people
Thank you.
approve of
You don't
Trump's
need to
handling
read
of
the article
immigration
to us.
and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without objection,
That is a net
admitted.
drop.
Now I recognize the
Negative
gentleman
20.
from
She's
California,
been doing that
Mr. Lee.
all day.
all morning. I mean, under the rules, if the chairman so decides, you can't just read articles and stuff into the record during these hearings. You just have to submit it for the record. So she keeps doing that just to be Jasmine. That's the Jasmine.
I mean,
she's just being Jasmine.
The victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You
Who's on the floor and why?
We don't know.
Face because you are following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victims.
Because you are following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote,
"The Epstein
we did not
class.
uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
Why do you think?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he.
What about his
Jesus?
What about his?
I agree with you.
You
I'm
twice.
reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration,
Don't answer the question. Change the subject.
people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex.
She's a master at that. Just change the subject.
But to be honest,
What he should have said is, I agree with you, but now what about you?
yep, that's what he should have
He
said.
just kept it simple and short. That's the problem with the Congress people. They just have to talk. They can't help themselves.
Yeah. And the first rule they teach you, speaking of getting taught in law school, I have to, full disclosure, and I'm horribly embarrassed to say, Pam Bondi and I went to the same law school.
Oh, God.
Apparently, we had different constitutional law and criminal law professors, because the professors I remember wouldn't have taught anybody to do the things she's done. But so she's not been. And I do know, like, some friends from the law school who are in the board there and stuff. You know, they're torn because, you know, she did a state attorney general, U.S. attorney general, and my law school's not a very big law school, hadn't had a lot of that sort of thing. And so they try to acknowledge her achievements, but at the same time, they're horribly embarrassed by her. So it's kind of a tough call. Milagro, I like you. I'm glad where are you? Tell us where you are, Milagro, and get on trailmix.cc and talk to us too when we're not on the air here, because we're over there all the time. Right here.
Wait.
Is that a lull? Oh. I pull up the music during lulls. when we have a lull.
Oh God, our favorite person is back.
Uh-oh. Oh, there he goes.
ARH. New York City.
I'll tell you what.
We got
you bring something. Actually, ARH, whatever that screen name
Pam
is,
Bondi's the one who's finding all the fault and everything. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're talking about Bondi right now, and we're sitting here trying to remember when she first used her office for partisan politics.
Yeah, oh, that's
and that goes back to Florida somewhere. I'm trying to remember it.
I agree with you.
You got that right, Milagro. Jasmine is tough.
She is.
She doesn't mind being a target for the right wingers. There's nothing like a black woman to get the right wingers in the echo chamber, the Fox echo chamber going. she gets under their skin every time.
I don't know if Trump hates them or just scared of them.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're in cahoots with the bishop.
You missed us talking about the peace walking and the dawn.
Yeah, we already did that. Meanwhile, you've inspired me, ARH, to bring up
all the time.
I love this one. Now, y'all watch Trump's face when this bishop at the Washington National Cathedral just reads him out on how he's treating people. I love this.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. The people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, Guadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
I wonder how many ways he was thinking of to get ICE to go deport her.
Probably. How can we get her on the list? Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, Milagro, I appreciate you appreciating it. That's what we're trying to do here. Actually, is and that's why we let folks come on here and say what they got to say about us. Like old ARH here, he's always got something to say.
Well, technically, none of us are really like.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, ARH. Anyway, go ahead. What's that? What'd you say, Katie?
Well, we're all illegal immigrants if you really think about it, because this is stolen land. Mm-hmm. So, and I know we purchased it from different countries, but it was stolen by those countries to begin with. So,
well, I think we need to basically every time somebody like the New York City dude brings us criminal or they're breaking the law, the New York City criminal city dude, I'll bet you broke the law 3 times today at least so far. And at the same level that those folks broke the law. Which is,
and the law they are breaking is the equivalent of jaywalking.
Milagros in Florida. All right.
I
lived in Florida from age 3 to, what was I in 1989? Anybody do some math? Let's see. I got to do 1989.
1989
minus 1956. So, anybody know what that is?
33 years.
Yeah.
I got
my mom is a year older than you, so I was trying to figure out how old she was.
I lived in Florida for 33 years. And just in case I forget.
And do you own any of this stolen land, NYC?
I was made in 1956. Except that's a big lie. They're all original parts. I've got 2 fake hips.
So okay. This dude, I said we are on stolen land. That is the truth.
Oh, this guy's just a fascist enabler.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, there's a whole set of property laws that have addressed that very issue.
And neither do I.
The people I feel the sorriest for are the people who used to be regular Republicans who just favored small government and no tariffs and states' rights over federal rights. Nobody has been conned more than
them.
We
give it back to the Native Americans. We can give it back to the Native Americans. Sure. But do you think Republicans will do that? Hell no.
Yeah, I just lost my favorite conservative, like I told the guys on the trail.
Oh yeah, it passed away. Yeah,
I was his favorite communist.
Yeah.
He was my favorite MAGA.
Well, Malago, get over here. See, I'll change the banner to this one over here. There's all the information on the banner there in the bottom. How to get on Trail Mix and join us over there when we're about to go off the. We just do this for an hour every day because we do it every day, and if we do it for more than an hour, we'll wear ourselves out, and then won't be able to do it anymore. So, anybody else got any business? Any what is it they say at the American Legion Hall or the Elks meetings? Any business?
No, I'm gonna get up and get out, and we are warm. We were up to 70 yesterday. And I got out and started getting my gardening ready to go.
Oh boy!
I'm gonna sow a little lettuce out there early, and it'll take a while to come up. And it works pretty good. Now, if we get a good snow, when I sow the lettuce and I get good snow on top of that, then it really comes up good.
Oh, wow. But, get us pictures. I'm jealous of people who can grow things. See, living in the city in a townhouse with nothing but some decks in an alley, I can't have a dog and I can't grow plants.
Hey, you don't have enough sunlight to grow anything, do you?
I do. The back of the house gets full sun all day, and I got decks back there. And one time, you remember when we were all doing the blue corn? I don't remember. We got blue corn seeds.
Yeah.
And I think you grew some, didn't you, or not?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I actually grew some on my deck in the back. But they never yielded corn. They got super tall and never yielded any corn. So,
well, mine didn't grow very tall, but I got some corn out of it. But it was obvious. It was fairly obvious that particular type of corn did not grow up in my environment.
So let's see. We wound up today with 1,000 folks in the room. I don't know. That's getting to be 1,092. That's a pretty good size for an Elks Lodge. We might have to get a little bigger venue.
Hope we lost Jamie.
Oh, we did? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Winter from Germany, get on this trail, get on Trail Mix and talk to us there. It's real easy to comment. I've got all the info scrolling at the bottom here in the trailmix.c. Like I say, it's .cc, not .com, because .com's too expensive. And Milagro, you two, we're going to wind up here. I've got a little bit more with the monks to take us out.
Yes, the monks.
Well, you all have a good one.
You too.
Good talking to you. And we'll go at it again tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Colors and